You're listening to Engaging Early Learners. I'm Rachel Glassman, special education teacher and resource creator. This podcast is your go-to for classroom strategies and teaching support that you can actually use. Whether you're on your way to work or heading home, I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive in. Hi everyone, welcome to episode 7. Today we are going to be talking about behavior in the classroom. Specifically, how to manage it without burning yourself out, because we've been talking a lot about burnout. So I want to talk specifically about how to not get burnt out from student behavior. So in the last episode, we talked about student independence and how to get our students to take more responsibility so that we're not doing everything, ourselves or for them. Before that, we talked about systems that save you time as the teacher. So this episode, we're kind of connecting it all because even if you have strong systems and your students are becoming more independent, behavior can still be a thing that drains you the fastest. So today, we're not just talking about behavior in general. We're talking about how to manage behavior in a way that actually protects your energy throughout the day. Not just in general, but throughout those little pockets of the day. So if you've ever ended the day feeling exhausted, and it wasn't because teaching was hard, but because you were constantly repeating directions, redirecting the same behavior, stopping lessons to correct students, this episode is for you. Because burnout is not coming from the kids. It's coming from the fact that you are being forced to react all day long. And reacting instead of preventing takes way more energy than running a clear system. So let's walk through a really common moment. You're starting a lesson and you say, okay, everyone, come to the carpet. Some kids come right away. Some keep talking. A few wander over slowly. So you repeat yourself. And then you repeat yourself again. And now you're waiting. You're repeating, you're directing, and your patience is already being used up and you haven't even started the lesson yet. That pattern continues all day long. Transitions are taking too long, directions are getting repeated, behavior gets corrected over and over. And by the end of the day, it feels like you spent more time managing than teaching. That will cause burnout. Not because you're doing something wrong, not because the kids are doing something wrong, but because your systems are requiring too much from you in that moment. So we're going to fix it, okay? I'm going to walk you through a few specific shifts that immediately reduce how much energy is being taken up from you by behavior. These are very general and they're simple, but hopefully you can take some of these ideas into your classroom. Stop repeating directions. That's number 1. This is one of the biggest energy drains. The more you repeat directions, the more students learn that they don't actually have to listen to you the first time because they can just raise their hand and ask you again because you're going to tell them again. What to do instead is set the expectations up front. I'm going to give the directions one time. I will also have them posted here, and then you are working by yourself. Then you're going to clearly and very briefly give the directions. And if students aren't following through, you're not repeating it. Instead, you can do a reset. You can say, let's try this again. Show me that you're ready. I'm going to say the directions one more time. And you will have a visual on the board. And then your job is to do the work. Or you could do a classic, I'll wait. Why does this reduce burnout? Because you stop carrying that responsibility of making sure that everyone is listening. Instead, the expectation becomes students need to be ready to receive the direction. And that shift alone reduces how much you have to talk all day. Because let's be honest, we talk a lot during the day and it's so exhausting. So if we can reduce that talking time a little bit, we can reduce the risk of burnout, etc. Number 2, use an attention system that does not drain you. So if you're constantly raising your voice, talking over students, trying to get attention in multiple different times in multiple different ways, that's exhausting. Pick one attention signal and stick to it. So a simple class, they say yes, yes, or a clapping pattern, or a hand up and silently wait. But here's the most important part. You wait until you have everyone. You don't talk over them. You don't keep going. And at first, this is going to feel like you are moving at a snail's pace. But really quickly, it becomes faster because our kiddos learn that you will not continue until they are ready. And you will wait because your time, your voice needs to be respected, just like you respect theirs. Number 3, replace constant correction with narration. So this is one of the easiest ways to reduce how much you feel like you're on all day, right? We feel like we're quote unquote on all day as teachers, and we are. Instead of constantly correcting behavior, start narrating what you want to see. So instead of stop talking, pay attention, sit down, don't do that, I want you to try, I see some people ready. Table 3 is ready. I'm waiting on a couple more friends. Now, why does this work? It removes power struggles. It shifts attention to positive behavior. If our students start to get more positive attention, they will do more positive things. It gets other students to adjust without you calling them out specifically, because that would be shaming. And most importantly, it keeps your tone calm instead of corrective all day, because we know we're going to talk a lot during the day. But how can we help save ourselves a little bit? Let's make it more calm, cool, and collected instead of corrective all day, because correcting all day is exhausting. Number 4, simple, predictable consequences. So burnout often comes from decision fatigue, the exhaustion from constantly having to make decisions. What should I do about this behavior? Do I address this now or later? Is this a big deal or not? If I do this, is it going to cause this student to do that? A simple structure for this is, number 1, a reminder. What should you be doing right now? Number 2, a reset. Move the seats or redo a direction or take a short break. And number 3, a follow through. If that is not working, then there is a loss of a privilege. We need to do a think sheet. There needs to be a reflection. There needs to be a conversation. Maybe there needs to be an apology, any of those things. But the key in this is that your tone stays neutral, not frustrated, not emotional, not a long conversation, just quick, calm, consistent. For example, I'm going to move you so that you can focus, and then move on. They don't have to agree with that, but you're an adult. You're making that choice for them to best help them. I'm moving you so you can focus. No, I'm fine. I'm focused. I noticed that you were not focused. I'm going to move you so that you can focus. That's it. Then protecting your energy. This is the mindset shift that ties everything together. You cannot give your full energy to every single behavior all day. So instead, you rely on your systems. So that means not over talking, not over explaining, not reacting emotionally. Your job is not to control every single behavior in the classroom perfectly. Your job is to respond consistently. So the calmer and more predictable that you are, the less that the behaviors escalate and the less energy you have to use. So if you take anything from everything I just said, let it be this. Burnout doesn't come from behavior itself. It comes from feeling like you have to manage everything in real time. When you have clear, simple systems, you can talk less, you can react less, and you keep more of your energy throughout the day. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow, I want you to pick one thing. Either stop repeating directions, or use an attention signal and wait, or switch to narration instead of correction. Don't try to do everything at once. Pick one, stay consistent. This is a long game. And notice how it changes your energy. And that's where our burnout will start to shift. If you try any of these things, please email me or DM me. I cannot wait to hear about it. Maybe you'll give me some ideas to use myself. I hope you all have an awesome day, and I'll catch you on the next episode.